Assalamualaikum, madam. I'm Umar, leader from the group, the Habibi. So here with me, we have Akmal Haziq, Abdullah Hazim, Haneef, and Iman. As madam know, the topic of our campaign is why Islamic Finance. So with that, I will start the reflection question. For the first question, what was my task? So for the the task was writing a group logo. It was hard as I am not creative. However, I was satisfied with the outcome. Other than that, I also have learned how to create a poster, and I learned to work together with my team to come to a mutual connection on the idea. So the second question, what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task? For the poster, I use Canva, and the animated story, I use Powtoon to create the animated story. The third question is, what was the problem or issue did I encounter during the activity, and why using the online IT tool? So there was no problem or issue that I faced using this IT tool, as it was simple and convenient. However, as I was not familiar with Powtoon, it took me a while to understand how to use it. Okay, we go to the next question. How was the problem resolved? I solved the issue calmly and used my critical thinking skill. And one of them was identify how to use the IT tools by YouTube or Google. And the next question, how do you feel about the online IT tool? As I mentioned earlier, it was uncomplicated and convenient, as it was so useful and it contained all the necessary components. And the last question, what did I learn through the activity and the tasks? So from this subject, I managed to learn various things, but the three main things I learned is importance of teamwork, communication skill, and this task helped me to expand my knowledge. So I will pass to the Akmal Haziq. Thank you.
So now I'll be presenting on my reflection. So on the first week of the PEC class, Madam briefed to us about what will be our assessment for this subject and what will we learn throughout this semester with this subject. So after Madam brief about our assessment, Madam give task to us to create our group name, email for our group, and make our Instagram account for our group, so that when the first conflict occur whereby we have issue on what our group name will be. So after discussing, we managed to decide what our group name will be, which is the Habibi. So from that, we start to divide the tasks between us to finish up the email and also the Instagram account. The following week, we were given a task to create our own logo, and Madam will choose logo that we create from one of us. And then the logo must created by hand, meaning that we must draw the logo without using any IT tools. So we stick to the one logo to continue to the next week, which is create our own poster. So the same as the week before, when Madam will choose only one poster from one of us, this time we were able to use IT tools, which we choose to using Canva. So after completing making the poster and also the logo, the next week we were given a task to make a storyboard from the title we choose, which is Why Islamic Finance. So we were given an advice from Madam to use an IT tool, which is in the website that is called storyboard.com. And plus, Madam give one more task, which is after making the storyboard, we will convert the storyboard that we already make to PowerToon so that the character that we created in the storyboard can move to make it more interesting. And then another issue that occurred during those tasks, I volunteered to make the storyboard, but it is my first time using the website. So I didn't know much on how to apply the character, the background, and any other tools in the website. So the solution I made from the particular issue is that I try to explore the website before even start to do the tasks that I have been given for. And then from the solution that I make, it is easier for me to access the website on how to use the background, how to use the character, and all other stuff in the website. So, in the conclusion, I would say that during the period of time that we do the PC, I learned a lot of things such as how to use the storyboard or how to use the Canva, how to upload the Canva or understand the Canva very well. And more importantly, I learned that it is useful to have teammates in a group. So we have to have a good teammate or a good teamwork in our group so that our task that given by any other lecture will be easy. So that concludes my reflection. So I will pass to Abdullah.
Okay, thank you, Akmal. So my name is Abdullah Hazim. So what did I learn from the weekly activities from PEC? The first question is, what was my task? Basically, it's our task, which from the first week we were doing a logo for our groups, which is we discuss it together until we agree to use a same logo, which is the Habibi itself, the Habibi's logo, which is the symbolize the our topic, which is the Islamic why Islamic finance. So the second week is we will make our poster to create the event, and third week we made the storyboards for the topic from our groups, which is the Islamic why Islamic finance. And then the fourth week, we will make the Powtoon videos to conclude to make a story to tell about the why Islamic finance is very important. So the second question, what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task? So basically, the online IT tool that I used to complete the task are Canva for the poster, storyboards.com for the storyboards itself, and the Powtoon for the for the video, for the Powtoon video. So that was the software that I used to complete the task. So the third question is, what was the problem or issue that I encountered during the activity while using the online IT tool, which is I was very lack of familiarity about storyboards and Powtoon, because it was my first time using the storyboards and Powtoon, so it's make me feel hard to complete the task. So the fourth question is, how was the problem that I resolved? Which is I learned and recognized from the storyboards and Powtoon itself, from the YouTubes and Googles and my friends also, which is Umar, Haneef, Akmal, and Iman. From that, I can slowly gain new knowledge and simply to get the task done. So the fifth question is, how do I feel about the online IT tool after that, after I have completed my task? Just I can say that I am grateful because I learned kind of a technology of the software. It's made us simple to do the task, kind of IT technology. It makes easier to us because the website given, the software given is very, very friendly user, and we can make it easy to get our task done. So the last question is, what did I learn through the activity? Basically, I learned a lot of things, which are first thing first is about the technology skills, the information technology skills that I have done for the task that are given. Besides, I gain a lot. I gain communication skills between my friends to do our task given, and it makes easier to think, and it makes easier to done itself. So that's that is my reflection for the weekly activities. So I will pass to the my friend Iman to continue.
Okay, thank you, Hazim. My name is Iman. I would like to explain what I get from the week to week. So the first question is, what was your task? So in the first week, we know we should create a logo, group name, and other things. So what I contribute during the discussion is I give an idea what was the logo, what we should choose. So for the second activity, which is we have to create a storyline. So what I contribute in the activity is actually I'm discussing with Haneef what the storyline is all about, and we finally decided among the groups. So yes, and for the third activity, which is the to create a cartoon based on the storyline that we have created. So what I contribute in this activity is I align all the story uh, based on the storyline that we have created. So the next question is, what was the online IT tool that you used to complete the task? So the actually tools that I use during to complete the task is Canva, Canva, Powtoon. Uh, so the third question is, what was the problem or issue that I counter during the activity and while using the online IT tool? So the problem I facing during the activity is I had lost connection. Lost connection. During that time, it was very slow connection. So I decided to go to library and discuss with Haneef. So we doing the activity together. So the next question is, how was the problem resolved? What was your effort? So the problem, like I said previously, I'm try to discuss with Haneef and all other members. Uh, so what we're gonna do if we have this problem, like the internet connection problem. So that so the the final the final decision is we have to go to the library. So the first question is, how do you feel about the online IT tool after you have completed your text? Elaborate and compare your experience before. So what I have learned from using the online IT tool is so much easier to compare with other tools like the Canva, because the Canva is so many 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 part can I choose template template, many kind of type of sticker like that. Yes, it was a good experience. So the next question is, what did I learn through the activity? So during the activity we have do is I learn how to communicate with other members. How I communicate with Akmal, Umar, and Hazim and Haneef. So from that also I can gain a knowledge from them. Also how the important group teamwork in our group. So that's from my explanation of my reflection. Thank you.
So hi madam, I'm Haneef here. I'm going to be the last presenter for this reflection. So as the first question asking what was your task? As I believe on the first week where madam asked us to create an IG and an email. So that was my first task where I need to create an email. So moving on for the next one, where create a logo, poster, storyboard, and Powtoon. So the second question is what was the online IT tool that you used to complete the task? So the online IT tool that was used was storyboard.com, Powtoon, and Canva. So move on for the third question. What was the problem issue did you encounter during the activity and while using online IT tool? So the problem that I found out during this PEC 700 was other than minor problems such as on Googling on how to use Canva, how to use Powtoon, the major problem was on when we doing Powtoon, we select in our group where we select three major person to do the Powtoon video, which is me, Omar, and Iman. So when three of us log in using the same email, the email that was created by the Habibi, where we log into the Powtoon, and on the submission date, the video get break. So we need to do again the video. So how was the problem resolved? What was your fate? So I suggest all my team member to using up one laptop so that we can conclude the video in one laptop, so we can submit it much easier. And we managed to submit it before the deadline. So how do you feel about online IT tool? After you have completed your task, elaborate and compare. So I feel like I develop my creativity skill, I get my new knowledge, and I learned a lot of things from YouTube and how to do Powtoon, poster, and do logo. So what did you learn throughout the activity was I learned team building, where I have a new communication skill with my new friends, which is Hazim, Omar, and Akmal. I managed to upgrade my creativity skill, and then as I believe I managed also to upgrade my how I'm doing poster and editing video nowadays. So with that, I think we'll end our reflection. Thank you, madam, and thank you, everyone. So that's all.